Good morning. Well, you don't really know it's morning, but it really is morning. It's actually 9:32 a.m. As most of you know, I love my morning coffee, so you can see I have one. But that coffee has been able to turn into some pretty good success stories, and I'm going to go into detail on that soon. This is a video that I'm really going to enjoy shooting because it's a very positive video, and I know on the last video I was trying to hammer home that, look, it's not good enough to get on the front page of Google because that's not where it ends. That's where it ends for a lazy domainer. That's where it begins for a domainer that wants to create a successful business. So I'm going to answer some simple questions that I get now and again before I tell you this great success story that I'm very proud of. It wasn't me, so I'm not boasting about myself. It was somebody else. And you'll know how the coffee ties in a few minutes. So people ask me how much prep time do I put into these videos. Really, I spend about 5 minutes on Notepad, just making sure I put in the key points that I want to get across in the video, because I don't want to leave anything out. And then after that, it's just go. One other guy said, can you change the angle of the video camera? Well, I sit back in the chair, so I'm looking at the camera and I can still see my notes. Changing the angle of the video camera isn't going to make me look any prettier, and it's not going to make the content sound any better. So stick with the content. Don't worry about me. All right. Then to take a term from a good friend of mine, Michael Seiger from Maine Sherpa. I love how he starts his videos with, and here's your program. But I can't do that because it's his. So I was thinking, well, I'll go with, here's your video. So here's your video. Let's go. As many know, well, we already talked about the coffee, so let's skip that. You see what happens when I don't look down? Okay, so I like to go for a coffee, usually around 2, 3 o'clock, sometimes earlier, to a local coffee shop where I meet any one of a dozen to 2 dozen different domainers that feel like coming up and having a coffee with me and just chatting. Well, I've been meeting one, and I can't give you the domainer's name. I can't give you the domain that's sold because it's closing today. So I'll give it to you probably in the next video. Sorry. But I can tell you, I've been meeting one particular domainer for a while, and I've been saying for 3 to 6 months, look, let me build you a site through my company, Niche Websites. Let me get it ranked top 10 in Google, and then go out and sell it. Because it's so much easier to sell a site to somebody when it's ranked in the top 10. And he hemmed and hawed for a little while, probably about 6 months, 4 to 6 months anyway. And he finally gave me a domain to develop out. He paid $15 for it in a drop, I can tell you that much. And then we built it, and within 4 to 5 days it was ranked on the top 10 of Google out of a couple million results. And then he went and he actually did the work. So it started with him getting with me getting the domain ranked. Once it was built, once it was ranked, then he has power. He has leverage. He has a reason, a compelling reason why somebody else should own that domain name. So what does he do? Something I didn't even think of. He went to a society, and I'm going to change everything up here, but I'm going to give you an example domain name. So let's say the domain name is electricalconsultant.com, which it really isn't. We know that. So he gets a hold of an electrician society, gets a list of about 500 electricians or electrical company names, and he emails them out. And I'll tell you what his email said in a few minutes. But it's brilliant. And I didn't help him with this. This he did on his own, and he was brilliant for doing it. So he gathered the names, he sent them out. 4 people responded. So now he knows he's got, and he put a price in there of about $3,900. So he knows the 4 people know the price, and they still called him back, and they were all interested. So I'll read you the email after we get to the end of the story, or do you want to hear it now? Okay, I can hear you saying you want to hear it now. So, well, too bad. We're going to do it afterwards. So he goes ahead and he gets those 4 people to call him, and they're all interested at $3,900. So what does he do? He tries to negotiate and close it with all four of them. They're all interested, but they can't make a decision without talking to somebody, so to speak, whatever. Could be a lie, could be bullshit. Who knows? Either way, it doesn't matter. He's got 4 live leads. So then he gets a call from one guy and says, look, I'm very interested in the domain name. I just have to talk to one person. Please give me 2 hours, and I will call you back and confirm that I want the domain name. So it just so happens that we're at our coffee, enjoying it, and the phone rings. The guy says, fine, sold. I want the domain name. So that $15 drop sold for $3,900. And I said to him, I can't give you his name again. We'll call him Paul, but that's not his real name. We all know that. I said, Paul, it took me 6 months to get you off your ass, to get going. And you work hard, Paul, all the time. And now you just made $4,000 roughly in less than a week's work, and you sold one. I said, wouldn't you like to sell one of these every day? I mean, if you sold 5 of these a week, that's $20,000 for that week or that month. That's pretty damn good month for anybody. So needless to say, now he's seen it work. So now we're back to that old saying, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Do the same thing over and over again, because now you've found the successful pattern to find the domain, to buy the domain, to list the domain, to develop the domain, to get it indexed, and to sell the domain, which is the most important part. So you can build domains and get them indexed for you and build real businesses, or you can build domains for somebody else, get them indexed, and sell them for a hell of a lot more than you paid for them. I'm starting to like both areas of the business. So anyway, we're going to continue that, needless to say, and I'm going to continue to build them out. And there's a couple ways. Basically, the site cost him about $300 to build out, and he sold it for $3,900, so he made quite a big profit. He's happy, and I'm happy for him because he's a really nice guy. So what did the email say? Well, everybody wants to know that. So he sent out an email, and I'm going to have to look down a little bit here, so don't hate me for not staring at you, Mr. Camera. He said, this was first week of January, because we're now only in the second week of January, starting the third week. And he said, start out 2013 on the first page of Google for the keyword electrical consultant. Go to google.ca or .com and see for yourself. Google, here's the terms, Google it, and here's the domain, electricalconsultant.com or .ca. I can't tip you off to which one it is. And you'll see it's there. And sure enough, they all went and they checked. So what do you get for your $3,900? And he listed it in bullet points. He said, you get the domain electricalconsultant.com or .ca. You get the SEO optimized WordPress website with assistance and help in setting it up and taking it over so you can manage it. You get assistance in banner placement to point it to your existing website if you want to, or they could change their existing website to this one. It's up to them. And this will help your company because currently you're paying for those 2 keywords, electrical consultant, $3.78 a click right now, just for the keyword. So by owning electricalconsultant.com and .ca, you're getting all that traffic and you're not having to spend any more money on SEM. What else do you get? Well, you get clicks organically and long term, as opposed to having to pay for it all the time, and that's short term because the minute you stop paying for SEM, we all know it disappears. So okay, now you've got some pretty good points. Clients searching electrical consultant are more apt to find your website and quickly see display banners pointing to your main website, or if you've made this your main website, they're going to find you and you're going to make more money. And the last thing is a quality backlink from electricalconsultant.com or .ca will also assist you in the organic search and increase the profile of your main website. Again, that's if you're linking to your main website. And he put the price. Price is $3,900 minimum. And that's where we were. And he also said, I can answer any questions you may have. And he left his contact information, phone number, and everything else. And in the bottom, he puts, by the way, electronic consultant is on the first page of Google and it's for sale. And it will directly help your business. So go Google it and find out. So now you know the story. He did sell the domain. I'll give you the domain after it closes today or tomorrow because I don't want to put it out there yet. Don't want to jinx him. I want to make sure that the sale closes. But now he's excited about doing these sites. I'm excited about doing these sites. And for local terms and local trades, it's very easy for me to get you indexed and get you on page one. And I did it for, I don't know, quite a few others. Orlando Cosmetic Dentistry, which is for his own business. DFW Fencing, which after he sees this video, he may want to sell it. I'm trying to think. There's another one. There's another DFW one. I forget what it is. It slips my mind. But I've done a lot of local ones where people are actually using them to build sites for themselves. But now, thanks to this guy, who shall remain nameless until he says it's okay, now the trick is go ahead and build them, get them on page one, and then sell them a valuable property that will bring them in money for their business and clients that they have to close right away that they're not getting because, hey, where is your web page now? I looked through Google, it's not there. And what was even more interesting was out of those 500 emails that he sent out or 500 people he phoned, some of them didn't even have websites yet. So they were really interested. They're listed in the electricians directory, but they don't have a website. And now you have a chance to have a website and it's on page one. So you're miles ahead of all your competitors. So that's a pretty good success story. I'm quite proud of that. I'm quite proud of him. There's a couple morals to this story. One is anybody that lives locally and wants to have a coffee with me, I'm more than open to share information, as you all know. So feel free to hit me up for a coffee anytime. You all have my cell number, 416-884-0535. For those of you that live far away or in the States, don't call me for coffee because it's going to take too long for you to get here. And my coffee will be cold. That won't be good. Anyway, so that's a success story. It's a model that works. There's a lot of room for everybody to make money off local domains using this formula. Get my company, nichewebsites.com or dcg.com, to build you out a site for $300 or $400. Get on page one and then go about the same steps that this person did and sell it. You can get a hold of Chuck at dcg.com and he'll be more than happy to set up the site, work with the designers to get it done, and then give it to me so I can get it on page one, which we will be able to do. Again, the more local the market, the easier it is for me to get it on page one, and the more targeted it is for you to find actual buyers for it. Okay, so I hope you found this video useful, and since I'm in that kind of mood, I think I'm going to do a couple more, and I would be wrong if I didn't say that I enjoyed the playoffs this weekend, and I have to say, go Patriots. Hopefully you will get through the conference championships and go on to the ultimate supremacy because you've got the #1 clutch guy in the league, Tom Brady. I wish it was Peyton Manning against Tom Brady because I like to see the best against the best, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And both Mannings managed to get themselves out of the playoffs so that Tom Brady doesn't have to face them. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm probably going to record more videos. One last thing, in that last video where I said, get up off your ass, the work starts once the domain is indexed and on page one. It doesn't end there. I had about 25 people call and email me and say, was that directed towards me? Well, I told them all no, but if they're not doing anything and their domain is ranked, then it's directed at all of them. It's directed at any one of you that have a page that's ranked and you're not going through those 20 or 21 or 22 steps that I gave you to help promote your website and help promote your business. But now in this video, I've given you a second way to think about it. You can either decide to do the work and build it out, or you can decide to do the work and find people that may be interested in buying your domain name. Either way, you're going to make money. So go ahead and get busy and get that one listed, get it sold, and then get on to the next one. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and you'll probably see more of me later today. Take care. Bye-bye.